భారత ఆర్థిక వ్యవస్థ దారుణంగా ఉందన్నారు కాంగ్రెస్ అగ్రనేత రాహుల్ గాంధీ. దేశంలో నిరుద్యోగం తాండవిస్తుందన్నారు. ధరల పెరుగుదలతో సామాన్యులు సతమతమవుతున్నారని చెప్పారు. కర్ణాటకలో కాంగ్రెస్ గెలుపునకు ఆ అంశాలే దోహదపడ్డాయన్నారు. కేవలం కార్పొరేటర్లకు కాకుండా చిన్న మధ్యతరహా పరిశ్రమలకు సహకారం అందిస్తే దేశంలో అభివృద్ధి బాటలో పయనిస్తుందన్నారు రాహుల్ గాంధీ. భారత్లో ప్రజాస్వామ్య పునాదులు బలంగా ఉన్నాయని చెప్పారు రాహుల్ గాంధీ. మోదీ పాలనలో కొన్ని సంస్థలు స్వతంత్రంగా పనిచేయలేకపోతున్నాయన్నారు. కాంగ్రెస్ అధికారంలోకి వస్తే ఆ సంస్థలకు మరింత స్వేచ్ఛనిస్తామని స్పష్టం చేశారు.
Massive unemployment and dramatic increase in prices, and this is one of the reasons we won the Karnataka election, was that there was a feeling in India that there is a set of people who have a huge amount of wealth, and then there's a large mass of Indian people who are poor and struggling. Huge income disparities and unemployment. I think it's a 40-year high for unemployment. So to say that the economy is doing well, I don't quite agree with it.
And are there particular policies that are cause for concern or that should be changed?
I think the central difference between how we see it and how the BJP sees it is we believe in decentralization of power. We believe in supporting the small and medium industries, and we believe that they are the engine of growth in India. And they tend to concentrate power and wealth in few limited people. So that's, I would say, broadly that's the difference in the economic perspective. India has a very robust system already in place. That system has been weakened, right? But it's not that system doesn't exist. If the conversation, the democratic conversation is allowed to be fostered, then these issues will settle themselves. You have to have an independent set of institutions that are not pressurized and controlled. And that's been the norm in India. This is an aberration, what is taking place in India. So from our perspective, the foundations of democracy in India are very strong. And the protections exist, but they're being sort of disturbed. Quickly, I don't know, but the Congress party is the institution that conceptualized them in the first place, right? So we don't view them as our institutions. We view them as institutions of the state. And so that there was independence and neutrality in these institutions. And it's not difficult to do if that's what you're trying to do. No, I think the fact that there is a weakening of press freedoms, this is not hidden. I mean, everybody knows it. It's apparent in India. The rest of the world can see it. And I think press freedom is very, very critical for a democracy. I mean, one should be open to criticism, and one should listen to criticism. I mean, that's the feedback loop that builds democracies. And definitely, there is a weakening of press freedom. I mean, and it's not just press freedom. It's on multiple axes. On multiple axes, there is a clampdown on the institutional framework that allowed India to talk, that allowed the Indian people to negotiate. I view India as a negotiation between its people, between different languages, different cultures, different histories. And the architecture that Mahatma Gandhi set up was to allow that negotiation to be carried out fairly and freely. And that structure that allows the negotiation between India's people is coming under pressure. I mean, this is a question you should ask Mr. Modi. So more apt.
Okay.
I don't know how you'll get there.
As soon as we get him here.
I don't know how you'll get there, but yeah, I think we better question directed very well in the next election. I think it'll surprise people, because I think there is a hidden undercurrent building. And I think will surprise people. And I'm not entirely convinced about this idea that Mr. Narendra Modi is going to win the 24 elections. I think it's not as simple as people. If you just do the math, a united opposition will defeat the BJP on its own without any, electoral math. Everybody in India has a democratic right. Every single person in India should be allowed to be part of the conversation. I think there are things that can be improved in Jammu and Kashmir with regards to that conversation, and we are committed to improving the conversation, the democratic conversation in Jammu and Kashmir. No, that's an internal discussion we are having. The opposition is pretty well united, and I think it's getting more and more united. We are having conversations with all the opposition, and I think quite a lot of good work is happening there.